What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Quavo23 coming at you with a brand new NBA 2K26 news and information video. Make sure y'all bang that like button for your boy. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if y'all are new. I live stream on twitch.tv every single day. Twitch link will be in the description. Not hard to find. Just search up Quavo. I should be one of the first channels that pop up. Here we are, man. 39 days away from NBA 2K26. See what we got, man. It's about to get spicy. Bass Flood just dropped a video. Let's see what he's talking about. Y'all know how Bass do now. Y'all know how Bass do. I ain't gonna lie. I'm wild lurky. I ain't gonna cap, nigga. I'm wild lurky. I'm wild lurky. All right, Uncle Demi. I'm wild lurky. All right. Hey, man, we're gonna watch this video. Hope y'all enjoy it. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new. See y'all in the video. Okay, YouTube, this video is 35 minutes long, so we'll try our best not to pause. I'll probably try to talk through it while it's playing. We'll see how it goes depending on the information that comes up. Make sure y'all smash that like button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if y'all are new and watching this video. I live stream on twitch.tv every single day. I have been making tweets and letting people know, man, if you're trying to do string together, any of that stuff this year, create content. I'm one of the people that somewhat have a following in the 2K community. I do not have an ego. Feel free to contact me, man. Twitter, hit me up. Let's work. All right, let's watch the video, man. That's what Bass talking about.
Today, we are going to go over every piece of information we have on the 2K26 builder so far. So
let's get it, baby. Lock in. Lock in.
Make sure that like button is blue. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And let's get right into the news. Okay, so look, it's that time of the year again where
it is that time.
Be talking about Uncle Demi. This man every year, despite how you feel about him, is always leaking stuff about the new game. Of course, he's not going to be able to say in his videos, I have inside information. That is going to get the videos taken down. This man has been at every single early testing of the game.
He has
years now. I think since
shout out Uncle Demi. I do rock with Uncle Demi. If y'all don't know, I'm from North Carolina. Uncle Demi is down here, man.
He's just saying stuff.
Say what y'all want about him. Everybody got a job at the end of the day. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Demi might have the MVP. He might have been there more than any other person. Now, has he been there this year? Have they done it yet? We do not.
Community Day is coming up.
He's gave us a lot of.
Will anybody leak the game this year, man?
By 2K, my opinion on where the builder should go in 2K26, and much more. Okay, guys. I know that's a little bit long of an intro, but it has to be fully explained because every time we talk about Uncle Demi, you got people that are doubting it, and it's like, bro, when the game comes out, you see a lot of this. Of course, it's not going to be 100% because the game changes. From when he gets this information, it's not going to be the same game that he played early, but a lot of the information he comes out with is true. So let's start with the first clip, and I'll be right back.
We all know there is limitations, right? So what else could you do? What other format could you come up with? What else could you put together?
Ad of Doomerson.
That would make people be like, all right, this is different. And that's what you get to where I'm at now. So this is why I come to the conclusion of the reason NBA 2K26 is going to have the ability for big guards to do things, because we have not had that ever. We have not had that. You cannot make a Wemby. You cannot make a Giannis. You cannot make a KD.
Big bills are going to be good.
You cannot make a Chet Holmgren. Like, I can just keep going. You cannot make a Ben Simmons. You can't even make a LeBron James, right? You can't make a real legit, not trying to say, like, of course, you can't make a LeBron James, but we don't even have the ability to be tall and dribble and dunk and shoot. Like,
I can tell they're focused this year.
You cannot make a Giannis in this build. In the builder currently, but I feel like in
big bills are definitely going to be good, bro.
With the dribbling ability,
100%.
With the ability to have the lockdown badges being associated with your perimeter defense now and not taken away because of your height. Okay, being able to have the ability to be 7 feet and to be able to dribble 7 feet too and still be able to dribble, not necessarily crazy.
Okay, let's just talk about this real quick. Break it all down, because I'm seeing some people review what Uncle Demi is saying, and they're doing a pretty good job. But a lot of people are really missing out on some of the context clues, some of the nuggets that he is dropping in here. So first of all, I want you to just hear some of the confidence in a few of the things he's saying. It's not like, I think it's going to be like this. And he says, I'm using an educated guess sometimes. But from time to time, it'll be a very confident saying of what is changing, what has moved within 2K26. And the first one is that you're going to be able to make bigger guards that can actually move.
Even though I do make small guards,
sense. He's going to talk about
even though I do make small guard every year, majority I main small guard, it's going to be dope to have big builds. I do like playing on taller builds as well.
More realistic version of basketball. And there's so many things inside of that, whether it makes the gameplay good or not, talking about how the movement speed is or the dribbling. But another one, a part of being realistic, is having big builds be able to actually dominate. That is the NBA right now. You got SGA.
Big builds should be able to dominate. LeBron James, you feel me? Like,
and can dribble. You can't really do that effectively at a high rate of winning unless you're really, really good in 2K26.
Small guards need to be good too, though. It is, they both just need to be good, bro. Let guards do their thing, man.
9 3-point guards, L-team using Legend Dimer. 2K does not want to see that. That's not good for their product. I'm going to let you guys know something real quick that a lot of people don't actually know. But the NBA, who 2K gets the license from, they want a realistic product. That's actually a reason why a lot of changes are made into the game. I might be even leaking some stuff right now in a way, but it would just make sense if you think about it. So, of course, you're going to have
39 days, bro.
Actually be able to
brand new 2K fresh. That's tough.
They can't really do that. Like, they can, but they can't. You're much better off in so many scenarios being a 6'1 guard, 6'2 guard, and that's just not basketball anymore. So why would 2K go in that direction? I'm really liking what I'm hearing from this information. We need to have more viable, tall builds that are closer to the quote-unquote meta. There needs to be multiple builds that can perform at a high rate versus the meta. In this game, you're at a big disadvantage no matter how good you are. Let's say you're the #1 best player in the world versus the #2. If you're on a 6'6" guard, you're at a big disadvantage playing the other guy that's on a 6'4" or a 6'2". That's how the game is. Not saying you can't,
because of L2 and
it's impossible, but it is a massive difference.
It definitely is.
So
everybody was pretty much on a 6'4" and under build this year.
To be described,
if you were on something tall and I played against you, it was a flood.
And then of course you have individuals like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's at 6'6", 6'7", if I'm not mistaken, and you know he's limited on what in the builder what he's able to do, but there is that opportunity now to give him the ability to have better dribble animations, to have the ability to be quicker, right? We all know that your speed with ball, as the taller you get, becomes slower. And I don't necessarily think that needs to be the case. So what we're looking at is that 2K has no choice. Their back's against the wall when it comes to how they need to make this simulated basketball game.
I mean, it is perfectly.
Bro, I really wonder what 26 gonna be like, bro.
You guys know how I feel about over realism. I call it hyper realism. That could actually be a negative to the game. Not everything needs to be 10 out of 10 realistic, if that makes sense. But in this scenario, with the game we've been playing for the last few years, it perfectly lines up with exactly what we need. And the current NBA, if you're a 6'5",
bro, if you're able to use all builds at all heights at the PG position, basically if 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", all that are good ISO back, and you can use pick and roll, it's gonna be a good year, man. It's gonna be a solid 2K, man.
That they're just these really slow guards because they're 6'6". That's not how the current landscape of the NBA is. But let's not yap as much every single time and get into the next clip.
If you're 7 foot, you can't get 75 ball handle. But in 26, you have to be able to be 7 foot and have pro dribble animations, right? And this whole thing about people are like, well, man, that's crazy because then everybody's going to be on the court that's going to be big. Look at the NBA. Everybody in the damn court is big.
Oh yeah.
Like I was just looking at Gil's.
Big Bill's gonna be good, bro.
Watching that podcast, and he was talking about.
This might be the first year I start out like around like 6'5".
Point guards in the finals.
ISO and using pick and roll.
Tyrese Halliburton is 6'5". Okay.
One play I might use a screen. Next play I might tell my teammates go spot up in the corner.
You can go down the list of big
slashing sharp vibes.
If you're making a simulated basketball game,
Sharp shooting slasher vibes. Speed boosting sharp shooting slasher.
The smallest person on the
I might even sacrifice 3-ball this year. I might go like 93.
Big guys.
92.
You see what I'm saying? Even someone like Drew Holiday, he's a point guard. He's 6'5".
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like this whole thing that, you know, having to make a 5'10" point guard build in order to get all the dribble animations, that's old. That has to be.
They're definitely telling us straight up, bro. They're forcing the big build, bro.
NBA 2K.
Big builds are going to be good in 2K26, bro.
I really don't know what else to say with all the clips we've seen so far besides I love it. I mean, this is the direction the game definitely needs to go in. Not saying at all that there isn't Jalen Brunsons out there and you could keep going. I'm not going to list every single guard, but there's got to be more room, and it has to be closer competitively. Not even competitively, just having a casual fun playing time in the park or something between tall guards, big guards. You got guys that are 6'10", that are.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This game that they about to drop about to fool y'all, bro. Because I know y'all think it's gonna be trash. 2K26 gonna be solid. Watch what I tell you. It's gonna be a solid game, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro.
But let's hop into this next video where Uncle Demi is talking more about, I would say this is actually more information than the first clips that we were just looking at. So let's just go ahead and get into it.
And what I will say is that, you know, big guards, big builds will have a really good opportunity to dribble in 26. So if you're looking to have bigger builds that beforehand just couldn't get the SIGs and animations, as the NBA starts to progress and these guys are getting bigger, taller, and being able to handle the ball, you can feel confident in having a guard build, a lead guard build that can dribble as your primary ball handler. Okay, so now obviously that's not going to be what I would say. There's still going to be some caveats to that, right? Some stuff that's going to limit compared to if it was a smaller guard build, but a lot more open space.
So he says tall builds are going to have a really good opportunity to dribble in 2K26. You can't really do a lot of dribbling on a build that's over 6'4" in this game unless you get really nasty with
the
it.
dribbling is not good in 25 at all.
Just people that are above average to use tall builds. It just makes sense in every area. That also, that if tall guards,
I know about the Glock 19s and all that, but
2K's probably going to be more likely to make more money.
They need to add some more movement, bro.
You want a tall guard, you want your 6'6", your 6'2", even up to your KD, maybe even your Wimby that can also move a little bit as well. That's a money machine. It's also a longevity machine. If there's a lot of builds that are good, the game is much more likely to be playable in the later months of the year, which means more people are going to spend money. If you're actually on the game, you obviously have a higher chance to spend money. It's perfect all around for every single scenario you can think of. Of course, if things are balanced. Let's get that out the way and then hop into the next clip.
As you can see, you're capped out at 6'7". Expect to be able to be a little bit taller at the point guard spot. All right. So if you wanted to make like a Ben Simmons type build, you know, I would expect you to be able to do that. You know, so what I want to do is exactly that. Like I want to have a 6'10" build, more of the Ben Simmons type that is going to be able to dribble. So again, that's just my idea of what I want as my guard. Okay, 6'10".
So I forgot to mention that a few of these things have already been confirmed, which we'll talk about once we get to it, which also, honestly, it makes it even more trustworthy that a lot of these things are going to be true. This will be a big one and a really easy one to know once we get more information.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm excited for it, bro.
When he was making these videos,
I'm excited for it. I'm excited this year that I'm able to like switch it up, make a tall build this year.
So if you see, hey, we moved it up.
I'm excited, man.
6'10", well, you can go, Uncle Demi probably
long overdue, bro.
Information, and so therefore everything else is most likely true unless things have changed since he got this info. But let's get into the next clips.
I always want to build to be able to slash and all that type of stuff, but what I can say here is that, as you can see here, 78 is where you're capped at. What I will say is that effective dribble moves will be giving to the taller builds. So again, we're capped out here, but expect that. Also, dribble styles, expect the dribble styles to also help tailor for the bigger builds to be able to guard. To be able to dribble.
So from this information, I do expect ball handling to go over what it is now in 2K26, especially for the taller builds. It's most likely
it's about to get wicked, bro.
But I can really see a 2K17, 2K20 type of game where you can make these tall playmakers, and if you have the skill to be good enough to use them, because you're going to have to spend a good amount of attributes, you're going to have to be good in the other areas with lower attributes. If you can do that, you're going to make some really good builds. So it seems kind of skill gappy like how it was before. I don't know what else to say in that term besides skill gappy, but that is what I am seeing so far. He also gives us information on shooting, which we'll see in just a second. I don't know if it's in this clip, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Let's get into the next one.
Is because this is a completely different way that the builder is going to be next year, but expect the builder to be the same, almost about the same. I mean, it's been the same since 2K21. Expect it to still be the same. In fact, that everything is going to be free-formed again. So you should expect that. Don't expect anything too dramatically different than it was from this year. Okay, obviously expect it to be a little bit more looser, I guess you can say, and also expect it to be some of the same.
I ain't gonna lie, this video's making me smile, man.
Expect that also to.
I think they did it, bro.
Okay, a few things to break down here, but the most important is what I was
shit, man.
This information that he was talking about was before, and let me just say it again, before we knew cap breakers were coming back into the game. Now, of course, you can make an educated guess, but again, how confidently he said cap breakers are coming back into the game. It's going to be in the builder. The builder is going to be the same, is what he said. Now, what he means by that is the free form style of making a build. He was talking about how, you can't really go from being able to, even though it's kind of an illusion, in my opinion, make everything like, oh, you can just make whatever you want, back to like pie charts or something. There would have to be a different style of builder. They're not going to just go back to pie charts like some people want. People are going to be, there's going to be millions of people that are upset. Some people are going to like it, but you see what I'm saying? You just cannot do that. All the quote unquote freedom that you have, because a lot of people are going to be mad. Not saying that that's not what I want or whatever it is. I'm just telling you how people's opinions will be. So the builder is going to be the same in terms of freeform, but from what he's been telling us so far, it's going to be polished. It's going to be changed up.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm telling y'all, bro.
Apparently a lot more than it does in 2K25, with taller builds being able to actually be at, not necessarily an advantage, he hasn't said that, but a competitive you know, it's close in terms of if you were going to rank the tiers of what you can actually come out with. Back to what I was saying earlier, how if you're the #1 player in the world playing the number 2, if you're not on a 6'4" or under guard, you're at a big disadvantage. Just off that, I mean, you see how close in skill like the #1 and #2 player are going to be, obviously, and it's just going to be a big gap. Of course, you can still win, like I said, but you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, so no one's going to do that, especially competitively. You know, I'm not saying no one's going to do that in like casual modes and stuff like Park, but the game has to be more competitive even in casual modes. It has to be a closer gap. For example, in 2K20, there was people wagering on all sorts of builds. You had the BP, right? The build that was dunk and shoot. I think it was blue, green. Then you had the two-way slashing playmaker. Okay, that was a great build. Then you had the playmaking glass cleaner. Then you had the pure sharpshooter like Annoying would use, or you had the pure shot creator like Tycino would use. So many different builds people were literally going and playing for money on. You will not see that on 2K25, or let's just say you did not see that this year because the year is basically over. If you guys have watched any sort of competitive games for money like 1v1 me, every single 2v2 is pretty much the same exact builds. Maybe some of them run a different style, like Young Dirk will ISO, but he's still on a 99 3-point, okay? The other guy's on a 99 3-point, 99 mid-range. It's the same thing because there's just no reason. It's a massive disadvantage, like I said, to be on anything else. And why would you do that playing for money? But let's just hop into the next clip. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about, where the game needs to go. And it does sound like it's going that way, but we will see. Let's get into it.
Also, when it comes to big man contact dunks, expect that to not be capped at 6'10". Okay? So at 6'10", you're expecting to only be able to get the big man elite and pro contact dunks. Don't expect that. Expect that to be just solely based on your standing dunk rating. So if you're able to get that standing dunk rating to get the pro contact dunks, which is an 80. So if you're 6'6" and you're able to get an 80 standing dunk, then you can get the big that standing contact dunk. Almost kind of how it is for like your smaller individuals that can dunk, like a Zion Williamson, who is obviously just 6'6", but we all know he can.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit about to get it's about to get crazy, bro.
That's a good quality of life change.
It's about to get crazy, dog.
Information, which also ties back to what he said.
It's about to get crazy, dog.
About not being able to make Giannis because Giannis is what, 6'10". He's a defensive player of the year. Obviously, he's got clamps, like the badge clamps, okay, in real life. But you can't do that on 2K25. So it just, again, makes sense. This builder has a lot of issues in terms of how the gameplay matches up with it.
It's about to get wicked, man.
Clamps as a 6'10".
It's about to get wicked, cuz.
Player of the year at 6'10". Then he talks about your ratings again, just like in the ball handling category for taller builds. You know, if you have a high standing dunk, you're not going to be limited by your height. So I'm liking all the things I'm hearing. It makes sense. It's good for the gameplay, for the diversity, and I really hope that 2K doesn't change too much about what Uncle Demi knows at the moment. So let's just hop into the next one, because this one is actually not really about the builder, but it kind of is. It's about the entire gameplay. And this is honestly, it could be the biggest information that we've got in this whole video. So let's get to it.
And then, of course, from the shooting standpoint, one thing I will say is that expect shooters to get more of that 2K19 type feel, type vibe. All right, where, you know, you could have a lower rating and still be able to shoot. You know, it's almost like going back to the roots, man, of where, you know, the game where people were really having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, honestly, that is the biggest information of the video. I can't even lie. If the game allows you to shoot, if you're good at the game. This is the difference. If you're not good at the game and it allows you to shoot with a low rating consistently, that's a problem. But if you have a low rating and you are able to differentiate yourself between others at a low rating, like have a pretty dramatic difference in 3-point percentage, that is huge for the gameplay and the builder. They are tied together. I wanted to save it for later, but that is honestly, in my opinion, the most important part of the entire builder. It dictates every single year. If you are the best player in the world and you can't shoot a decent 3-point percentage with a 73-pointer, 75 decent, you're not gonna make that. Like, most people just aren't going to make the build. Okay, they're not going to. It just destroys diversity, and this game proved it. That's why I told you guys that I think this game, it honestly needed to happen. As bad as so many things are with the RNG and all that, it needed to just top. It needed to reach the peak of people being able to see how bad it is when we turn it up and say, hey, the game is going to control how good you shoot dramatically by an algorithm. We needed that so that we can move forward in the future. I think an amazing example is 2K20 versus 2K21. In 2K20, both of these games that we're comparing had a very similar build system, the pie charts, whatever you want to call it. In 2K20, if you had a 53-point rating, you weren't like knocked down the greatest shooter unless you were just like insane. Like you were really, really locked in. You know, you could have some games where you did really good. But if you had a 73-pointer, you could shoot pretty good if you were an elite player. But in 2K21, it didn't matter how good you were. It was a massive difference when you're doing a comparison between the builders, where you could be the best player in the world, and you compare, if you had a 73-pointer on 2K21, 73-pointer on 2K20, you would have a gigantic difference in 3-point percentage, which messes up diversity in terms of the whole community in total. You're gonna have people say, I don't care, I'm still gonna make this, whatever. But I'm just talking about the community in general. The shooting has to be not necessarily more forgiving, but higher skill gap. Once again, if it's easy to shoot with a low rating and you're not that good, that's a problem. But if you're pretty good, above average, above average, like an elite player, you should be able to shoot. If you're wide open and you know your shot, it should go in. That's going to be really good for diversity. It's
100%
for longevity of the game. And I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. But of course, guys, please, you already know these videos are not sponsored. Buy the game at your own risk. There's so many other things, factors that go into a good game. So please do not be super hyped up right now. Let's hear more.
It's hard not to. Not gonna lie.
Basically, expect kind of similar in line of what it was this year as far as the cap breakers to be able to get certain things. But what I will say is that expect the 6'10" and taller builds to be able to get stuff like on-ball minutes and that type. So right now you see how it's capped off. You're not able to get the on-ball minutes. Expect to be able to get that and not be capped off with that, because we all know individuals like, again, Giannis, there's taller 6'10" builds that can defend. And I will talk about lockdown defenders in a video coming up real soon, is what you should expect.
I ain't gonna lie, his defense bad, bro.
It's gonna be interesting when it comes to lockdowns, because since you are able to, you know,
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Like, this is a guess, to be able to be 6'10" and be able to get, you know,
this is a real interesting video. I was gonna react to Uncle Demi. I think he posted this morning, but it's all in one. So this is perfect. Shout out Bash for the information and the breakdown, bro. This is perfect, bro. I've been all ears.
Again, you can kind of expect that.
So Uncle Demi is funny, man, how he has to slide in that little, you know, baby, this is what it is. Because he can't, again, he's just not going to be able to say, hey, either I tested the game and this is how it is, or I didn't test the game this year, but he's been at so many of these events. He obviously has friends at 2K. Even if he wasn't there, you don't think he's got any single person that he knows that was there that tells him about the game? You think people don't mess up NDAs behind closed doors? I mean, come on. This happens all the time, guys. All the time. So I like, again, where he goes in this direction of it just making sense that you can make a tall build that has clamps. There's plenty of guys that are tall, that are good defenders, that can dribble, that can do more things in the NBA that we got to see more of in 2K26. You guys know I have like a 7-3 Wimby. That's a really good build, like in terms of you've seen how I can move on it, right? But you're not even really, the game wasn't even made.
Hey Joe, what are you doing here on a weekday? You didn't call
for that. Okay, the basic escape that everybody uses, including myself, on the tall builds, that's like, I don't even think 2K, actually, I would say there's a 99% chance that 2K did not mean for the game to be like that. The basic escape, 25 ball handle, where you have to do basically a secret move to activate it, where you flick it twice and you have to run a certain way. They didn't mean for it to be like that. That's the only reason you're even able to move like that on the builds that are tall, like especially my Wimby that's like 7'3". Okay, so you can maybe have a different argument for like 6'10s and stuff, but the over 7 foot builds, you're not moving without that basic escape. All right, so let's get into the next and last clip, but then we have some Joe Knows stuff to talk about. And like I said, this video is about all the build information we currently have, so we're gonna cover it all, and let's get into this last Uncle Demi clip.
I will be going with a taller 6'10 build. Expect my 6'10 lockdowns, expect 6'10 guard builds or dribbling builds, that type of sort. Big builds will be.
I wonder what that dribbling gonna be like, man.
Have some fun too. Don't get it twisted. But as you know, as the league is moving further and further to bigger guards, I mean, Shai Gilgeous is on the cover for a reason. When you look across the league, the NBA, and you look at all these guards that are dominating, they're getting bigger and bigger, right? And those smaller guards are starting to you just don't see them. You see the K. Cunninghams, you see the Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders, you see the Tyrese Halliburtons. Don't get me wrong though, you still got smaller guards that are doing it, but they're big guards that can do a lot of things. And as we all know, in the past couple years with NBA 2K, big guards were really limited on what they can do. So thank goodness for Shai Gilgeous coming on the cover, man, and he's going to open up that whole new world of bigger guards being able to get back to cooking with grease. So those pure playmakers that were really dominant, and it was a lot of fun back in 19 and 20. Those 6'7", 6'8" that were really good, that could get that very high dribble ball handle and stuff. You should expect that again, man. Have some fun with it, all right? But
okay, so that one was kind of going over some of the things we've already talked about, so I don't want to go deep into it. But again, being able to make taller guards,
playmakers is back. Dribbling it sound like dribbling might be solid. Like holy, I ain't gonna lie, this tough.
You can make very overpowered builds like 2K22 next gen, where it's just insane, not even close to real builds, where you can have like 99 perimeter, 99 3, high contact dunks, or you have more of like a 2K20 where you can make a build that can move, but especially as you go taller, you're going to be penalized by not like getting the best shooting and stuff like that. However, if you are good at the game, that's not that big of a deal, which creates more diversity, and competitively is just much better to watch and play in as well. So let's talk about this Joe Knows video, the 2K26 My Player Builder that he posted. I'm going to summarize it very quickly because I want to talk about it as well. He says kind of what I've been saying in the video as well, how much it matters that both the gameplay and the builder line up with each other. One cannot be without the other. There is no other way to make it work, guys. There is no other way to make it work. Let me say that again. Okay, I already did, but you know what I'm saying? I said it twice. Again, let's go back to this 2K21 and 2K20 example that I talked about. It cannot work. Think of the difference in diversity in general.
I'm ready to have some fun, bro.
Whole,
I'm just glad we got a new one, bro.
2K21 versus
we'll see, man.
If you wanted to compete,
I'm gonna keep y'all posted.
Casual level of just wanting to be at a,
we reacting to everything. We wild lurky up into the game drop. I ain't gonna lie, I'm wild lurky. Oh God.
Skill level, it's like 50-50.
Quavo is wild lurky.
Anything but a playmaking shot creator in 2K21, you could be, just for example, like 20% better than a guy that's on a playmaking shot creator. And now it's a 50-50 game, even though you're 20% better in terms of, like, let's just say win percentage or something like that. It can't be that far away. There's always going to be a meta. There's always going to be best jump shots, best jump moves, but the builds and the gameplay, the builder and the gameplay have to line up better than they do right now. Much better. Okay, and it's going to be best for everybody, for longevity, for people making more builds, which makes 2K more money. It goes on and on. So you can now preview the body types of builds in the builder. We went over this in the last video. Cap breakers are back with new ways to unlock them, which will be interesting to see what that is. Takeovers are returning with the same 5-level system, but is said to feel less intimidating, easier to unlock as well. And they hinted that their goal is more build diversity, which lines up with everything we've heard so far.
I hope Takeover is like good though.
On this summer, likely implying at one of the events. Okay, so apparently we didn't really look at this because I take this with a grain of salt. In the Easter egg of the roadmap that 2K gave us, showing us when we're going to be getting more information, someone asked like Grok or AI to clear up this image because you literally cannot see it no matter what. If you zoom in, like, you can't see everything, and this is apparently what it looks like. So we knew you can see without having to clean it up that it says small ball forward 6'7", which again kind of is an Easter egg, like, hey, tall builds that can kind of do stuff, not like this year. Lines up with what Uncle Demi was saying. But you've got, your projected range, your high basketball IQ, finishes through contact, average lateral quickness. But you see PNR ball handler is pretty up there in the offensive versatility, can spot up, can ISO. So we'll just have to see. That's just a little thing. Don't get too crazy into that one. But this is official news right here. And it does say that the My Player Builder has been balanced to ensure that all heights, short and tall, can be effective on the court and encourage more build diversity. Okay, guys.
Not gonna lie, man.
See the last video. You need to, because if you're going to be buying this game, you should know what is inside of it. All right, so click right here, tap diversity.
All right, man. W video. We're gonna pause it right here on this right here. This is tough. This is what we want. We want this. All right, we want this. We want balance, man. That's something we ain't had in a long time. This is a very, very good, interesting video right here. Y'all know every year, man, I react to Bash Plug and Demi for the most part. I think I've been doing it since 2021, 2022. Like I said, bro, 2K didn't let us down as a community, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially us OGs that been around for a long time. We have fun on them older 2Ks. You know what I mean? I know y'all hate hearing about the older 2Ks. I know they trying to go in a different direction, but something is telling me that this game is going to be solid this year. That's all I'm going to tell y'all, bro. Hey, 39 days until NBA 2K26. I will be copping the 7 days early access, and I will be live. There's a possibility that I will be live streaming 24 hours launch day on twitch.tv. My Twitch link will be in the description. Go follow right now. If you have any questions about the builder builds, what should I be doing in it, I'll do the best I can to direct you. Make your builds, and I say this every year, make your build to how you play. Don't copy your favorite YouTuber. Don't copy me. We all have different aspects and looks at how we play the game. This is going to be tough right here. I'm somebody that makes about 15 to 20 builds. I'm using this year right here. Everything I made was 6'4" and under besides my center build. I got a 7-foot Jokic build, and I got a 7-foot inside build for the L2. Y'all know the inside for the L2 cheese. I got one of them, 99 strength, 99 rebound, all that. and I hit Veteran 3 in NBA 2K25. I hit Veteran 2 the first 2 months, came back, casually hit Veteran 3, basically on accident or whatever the case may be. But it's gonna be interesting, man. Look like I'm gonna have a lot of different builds this year, man. Look like I'm gonna have some short builds, some tall builds. I don't know, man. But it's gonna be fun to see the tall builds. I hope the tall builds are good. I hope ISO's back, but I also hope you can use pick and roll. I just hope, you know what I'm saying? I hope it's a fun, interesting year, you know. Make sure y'all bang this like button. Make sure y'all bang the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if y'all are new. I will keep y'all posted, especially with Bash Plug and Uncle Demi. Those are the two people I keep up with when it's time for a new 2K to drop. Any of y'all that's trying to grind content this year, I'm one of the people. I don't have an ego in the 2K community. Feel free to hit me up, man. Let's work together. I would like to see the community come together, man. Let's run this bag up, have a good time, do what we got to do for the viewers. Man, forget all the beefing, bro. The world we living in right now, all this, man, it's a crazy time right now. Let's come together, run that chicken up, take care of our families, have a good time. You feel me? Yeah. So, you know, we 39 days away, man. Hey, I got y'all with the news. If I see, not even though I react to Bash Plug and Demi, if I see any information, I feel like I need to make my own video too and you know what I'm saying, record and put out my information for y'all. I will as well. But I do keep up with Uncle Demi and Bash Plug. Those are two people. So Demi dropped a video today. Bash Plug dropped his take on the video, and it was all in one. So I reacted to this. This was a pretty long video. I'm already at 40 minutes recording, but we're gonna upload this anyways. I love y'all, man. Take care of yourself. Like I said, twitch.tv is where I stream at every single day. You can go follow right now. I love all of y'all. Let's have a dope year this year. Let's have fun. It's refreshing. Gaming's pretty down bad right now. All of us in the 2K community, we got a brand new 2K, man. Hey, I'm hyped. I can't speak for the community. Everybody talks bad on the game every year. I'm one of them. But I done took my breaks. I done had, you know what I'm saying, I done realized what 2K has done for me in real life. Okay. Hey, 39 days, man. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.
I know they don't love me.